interrelated. And so it's just critically important that we're there partnering with them and doing all that we can. And we've always used the resources as one of our key measurements: PPE, testing, tracing, capacity, and we'll continue to do that, even localized here at these long-term care facilities. As I just mentioned, we have seen tick in our positivity rate in our hospitals in recent weeks, as we see around the country. Nearly 40 states are fitting into this category. So we know it's not just happening here, it's happening virtually almost everywhere. And if it's not happening somewhere, odds are it will be. That's what you see as this virus ravages its way around
they
the
call
world.
it a virus,
So
but we call
if
it,
we can prevent infections in
it's
our
the
nursing
world,
homes, we will protect our hospital capacity, and in turn
people praying secretly to the God of death,
as well, both in
Satan. Jeremiah 23 and
short-term
13.
and long-term.
I heard his name in my dream, Yahawah and his son YAHAWASHI.
One other
They
thing
are
before I
great
do,
again. Yahawah and
toss it over to
YAHAWASHI
Dr.
are
Weaver,
great again.
and yield the floor.
This coronavirus
This
is
somewhat
prophetic.
unrelated
And
to
these
the topic of the day, and
these
long-term care
deceivers,
facilities with Janet and Henry,
false
I need to
prophets,
include, and I
these false governors, these false
that,
senators
in the interest
of the living
safety,
souls that are alive,
unfortunately,
Don't let irreverence of any media outlet, a book, anybody, your friend, family. Don't let the reverence of anybody, the advice of anybody, cause you to fall. Okay.
Obviously, we're
lean not to your own understanding.
To creatively get at doing this.
Creatively. Doing
what?
Deceiving, yes.
One of the real fun things that
they get to do.
I already had my costume planned out.
Halloween is satanic,
Netflix,
pagan.
Things. I thought that was an appropriate series.
Flirting with her.
This year has some Indiana connections, and even had the character picked out that I was going to go as.
Pagan, satanic.
That will be for another day, and there will be another season for Stranger Things as well, and come what may next year.
Lord
and
willing,
so we're
so
planning on
forward.
donating our candy that we've accumulated for the big day to a worthy cause, and hopefully that'll put a smile on someone's face. I know, Doctor, you'd probably say pass out vegetables and fruit, but everything in moderation, right? And I bet you your kids get some treats along the way too. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, and then we'll go to Dr. Box, and then we'll go to Director Cox, and then we'll open it up for Q&A.
Great, thank you, Governor. From day one, Dr. Box said that long-term care facilities were her biggest concern in this pandemic because of the residents' vulnerability and because of the congregate living setting. Unfortunately, we've seen that play out over the last 8 months. While we saw cases decline for a while, we are now experiencing a surge in COVID in our long-term care facilities, which is why we are taking the additional steps to protect our most vulnerable users. More than 2,200 long-term care residents have died of COVID-19, accounting for 58% by the end of this week, 1 week early. Through this effort, we identified several themes for long-term care
Genesis 12 and 17, and the Lord Yahawah plagued Pharaoh, America, and all these other nations, their kings and their presidents, or the pharaohs, made again, okay? Same spirits under the sun, no new thing under the sun. In his house with great plagues because, well, we know that it's because of the captivity of his people. Look at this, Exodus 9 and 14. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, these Egyptians, okay, Gentiles, inhabitants of Jerusalem, that thou mayest know that there is none like me in all the earth. You're gonna, the Most High, he's scary, man, and he reserves, man, his servants, man. But this is the thing. We shoot light onto him who delivers us out of this thing that couldn't be avoided, just like this corona thing. You can't avoid this if this is your judgment. tribe Gad, Cherokee Indians, Native American Indians, blacks, Mexicans, Latinos, Native Americans are part of his people. But listen to this, and we've been sacrificing unto Baal, Satan, Jehovah, Allah, Buddha, which Jeremiah 23:13 tells us that is Satan. Okay, Acts 4:12 tells us there's only two names under the sun where we might be saved. Okay, Acts 4:12, I can't even stress that enough. Genesis 11:1, that language. Okay, Philippians 2:6-11, he gave his son a name above every name. There's no name above the Most High God name who created the heavens and the earth. Okay, Psalm 76 verse 1, and this language is so special. You're gonna see what I'm talking about if you look up Psalm 76 and verse 1. But look, and look, Leviticus 26:21, and if you walk contrary unto me, walk contrary to the ways of this world, which is against the Most High's ways, and will not hearken unto me, I will bring 7 times more plagues upon you according to your sins. Hold up. So that brings the question, are these Christians, all these religious, all these people in these religions, are they going to listen to the 144K, and get back on track and observe their ways, okay? So this is the thing, because he's got chosen people, he wants people. You shall see your teachers, you shall see his chosen. Then in that day shall his chosen be known, This is the seed that the Most High blessed, Deuteronomy 28:29. Then Yahawah the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. This is what's happening. But listen, this is and the surrounding counties. The Most High is going to bless those. He's going to bless those who bless us and curse those who curse his people. So you got to imagine what happened here in America to the Indians and the blacks, the Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, okay, Native Americans, they're almost wiped out. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished and shall hiss at all their plagues thereof. That's what's happening with this corona, okay? This is the thing. Because of the wrath of the Lord Yahawah, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Plagues of death, plagues of sicknesses, pharmaceuticals, everybody's cracked out, looking doped up, And that's the thing. That we waited for a nation that could not save us, This nation can't save us. It's the Most High that's going to save us. And in that same hour he carried many of their infirmities and plagues and evil spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. So I got this face on my forehead, matching the mark in Ezekiel 9:4. And if you pay attention to the dot above my eyebrow, look for a scar, because that's what it is. They will continue to review the safety and efficacy of each COVID-19 vaccine and provide recommendations for complications of and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, corona, anything like that, yet repented not of the work of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk. Wisdom of Solomon 14, Revelations 18, or 16 and 9. And men were scorched with great heat and blaspheming the name of the Most High, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. Okay? Him glory. A lot of people think this was just going to go away, but listen to this. Revelations 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is Yahawah the Lord God who judges her. So remember that they blaspheme the Most High's name, because we know it in these churches, all these nations, okay? All these false gods, okay? Allah, Buddha, Jehovah,
test
all
results
these names, okay, all
This
these strange
allows us to
gods.
capture
For I
more
testify
accurate
unto every man that
positivity
heareth the
rate.
words of the prophecy of
We
this
know that
book.
other
If any man
sources
shall
outside
add
Christianity
unto
use
these
different methods
things,
to calculate
the Most
positivity
High,
that don't include
YAHAWAH,
all
we don't
negative
call him
results
God
or
because he
bias.
says ye are
But we truly
gods,
believe this method
okay?
allows for the
But
most
we know
accurate
that
assessment of
there
where we
is
are.
one God of all
Finally,
gods,
I want to
okay,
show
the
you
Lord
our
of hosts,
color-coded
and he has a
county map.
name,
If you had any
okay?
doubts that COVID
This
is
is
on the
what
rise in our
the devil
state, just
did,
look at the
man.
numbers of counties in yellow and
But he
orange.
gave power to
Only
the
8
devil to
counties are
deceive, but
currently
he
in
can no
blue.
longer deceive because
Those are
still,
the counties where
this
transmission
is
is
so
low and
deep,
no
y'all.
actions are needed.
Satan's even
More
got a
than a third of
seal
counties
upon
are
the Most
orange,
High.
which means
He's a
medium to high
servant of the
community
Most
spread is
High.
occurring. 4
Being
counties are
corruptible
red,
is called
indicating
God,
very high
you know,
positivity and community spread.
and his likeness
These
is
colors can shift
is
quickly from week
ungodly,
to week, depending
is
on weather
hateful
and
unto
health.
God. I'm going to show you guys. But look, the Most High shall
Them
add
so
unto him the
dramatically
plagues
should be
that
a
are
reason
written in
that
this
every
book.
Hoosier.
Listen to this.
I do
Behold,
want to
saith
end by
the
focusing
Lord, I
on
will
some
bring
bright
plagues
spots,
upon the
because I think we all
world,
need
the
good news
sword,
these
famine,
days.
death, and destruction.
Currently, almost
This ain't just happening in
99% of our
America.
Indiana schools are
You know.
offering some form of in-person learning.
For now are the plagues
We have
come
shipped
upon the
nearly
whole earth, and ye shall
220,000
remain
doses
in
of
them, for the
influenza
Most High
vaccine
shall
across
not
the
deliver
state,
you, because
which
ye
is
have sinned
nearly the
against
entire
him.
amount that we shipped in
Listen to this.
2019.
And I will bring them with
The
a
sum
mighty hand
account for
and
the
a
hundreds
stretched
of thousands of
out
doses
arm, and
that
smite
hospitals,
Egypt with
clinics,
plagues
and
as
healthcare
before,
providers
and will
secure on
destroy
their
all
own.
the land thereof. But you know he's still in
And we
his
are
men
seeing
at the
people
same
take advantage
time
of that
within all this
availability.
happening.
We are close to 1,000
Okay.
doses administered to people
I will send
participating in
plagues
our
upon thee,
latest round of
widowhood,
Fairbanks
poverty,
setting
famine,
and
sword, and
EMS
pestilence
vaccination
to
plan.
waste thy houses with
Taking action
destruction
by
and
getting a
death.
flu shot is more
This
important
is
than
why they
ever
don't
this
got
year,
these in
so I
your
want to
everyday
encourage
Bible.
every Hoosier
These
to get
scriptures,
one soon.
because
We will continue to
the
take
Most
every
High, he
possible
says he's
step
going to
to
do
protect the most
things,
vulnerable
you know,
among us.
pertaining.
Please do your
Thou,
part. Thank you.
thou as
Thank you,
unhappily
Dr.
shalt
Weaver.
come through the sea and receive plagues again.
You
Plagues are
didn't
sent
know if you were
unto
going
thee,
trick-or-treating or
and what
not,
is he
but
that may drive them away?
we'll move on to
Okay,
Dr.
only
Box.
his
I think
servants
Dr. Box
that he's chosen
is
can to
on the line,
turn
on the
away their
phone, Dr.
wrath, the
Box.
fury.
Well, good to
Okay,
hear your voice.
and he'll so he can
Hi,
heal
Mark. Can
the
you hear
nation,
me?
Loud and
and
clear.
heal the
The
land.
floor is yours. How you doing?
Behold, the plagues draw nigh
Actually, I'm
and are
doing
not
great, sir.
slack.
And I want to start
You
out
know,
by thanking you for
look.
giving me this opportunity to touch base with everyone.
No,
And a
thank the
special
Most
thanks to
High.
Dr.
I
Weaver
thank the
and my
Most High
team
every
at the
time I
Department of
wake up
Health that
for
are
showing
really
His
holding the fort
voice.
down while I'm gone.
Okay,
It's really a
Satanic ass
blessing to be able
star.
to talk
Okay,
to
Wisdom of
everybody
Solomon
today and give
17
you an
and
update
7.
on how I'm doing and
Matthews
how my
24 and
family's doing.
24, Psalms
Honestly,
41
we're
and
all
9,
doing great.
all those
My
verses I
daughter
just named
Catherine
off
and grandson
had these
Liam
Satanist
have
Freemasons
been
trying
sick,
to
but they're pretty
come
much
and
back to
set me
normal.
up and
My
do some
daughter-in-law
deviation,
Amber did get
art
tested
illusion,
and
alright?
ended up
But the elect shall
symptomatic
not
and
be
positive
deceived.
all 7.
Look,
Dave has not yet become ill, so I'm praying
look,
that doesn't happen.
keep praying
And
to
as
the
it
right
turned out,
God.
I was
Stop praying
pre-symptomatic
to the
when I was
God of
talking
death,
to you
yeah.
last week because I did
2 Ezra
develop some symptoms.
16:39. Even
But
so shall not the
fortunately, the
plagues be
symptoms have
slack to
been
come
very
upon the
mild,
earth, and
kind of a
the
fatigue,
world shall
cough, runny
mourn, and
nose.
sorrow shall
And
come
I think
upon it
really
on
I'm
every
turning the
side.
corner on even
The
that.
whole
So
world, okay?
I really
You
appreciate
know?
everybody's prayers that everyone has reached out to me.
And they
I
cried
do
unto
want to take a
their
minute to
God,
talk
okay?
about the contact
Our
tracing
God.
and to
And
point
he
out a
smote
couple of things. First
all
of
the
all,
land of Egypt
to my
with
knowledge,
incurable
Liam and the
plagues, so
2
the
young
Egyptian
daycare
cast them out of their
workers are
sight.
the only
So that's,
individuals that
we're
have
trying
ended
to get
up
back into our
positive
own
at
land.
Liam's
So
daycare. And I think that's really a
that's the
testament to the
thing.
fact
That's a
the 2 young
testimony.
workers, when they realized that they'd been exposed to the
Moreover,
one
this was
girl's
not enough for
sister,
them
who
that
is a
they erred in the knowledge of
college-age
the Most
student
High,
and was
because they couldn't
positive.
see that we are
They
His
stayed
people
home.
that have been
They got
afflicted,
tested
okay?
even though they were asymptomatic.
Testimony.
They waited until their test results
Waited.
came back, and then when they came back positive, they immediately notified the daycare, who immediately stopped
Notified the
allowing people to
world.
come and notified all the families,
Yep,
and
all the
therefore
families, all the
potentially
tribes.
dramatically
That's what we're
decreased
doing.
other young
But
children's
whereas they lived
exposure.
in
I want you to know that
war of
I
ignorance,
was tested immediately because of
those
the
so
exposure
great
to
plagues
Liam
called
and
they
stayed home until I
peace,
got
you
those
know.
test results.
So you know that George Floyd thing,
Dr.
no
Weaver and
peace,
I pretty much
no
stepped back completely from
silence,
the
no
contact
peace or
tracing
something,
and
whatever.
did the entire contact tracing that Pam Pontonis,
But
our
listen to
state
this.
epidemiologist, went through with us, that entire interview. Really, we had to look back at 48 hours prior to my test becoming positive because I was totally asymptomatic. symptomatic at that time.
Therefore the
And
Lord hath
we
made
really might
good his word which he
administrative
pronounced
assistant
against
pulled
us
my
and against
schedule,
our
and we went
judges that
through
judged
minute by
Israel and
minute,
against
hour by hour,
our
my
kings
entire day,
and against
reviewed
our
every
princes
meeting that I
and
was
against the
in.
men of
I did
Israel
have a
and
meeting
Judah,
for about 2 hours with
the
you,
12
Governor, as
tribes,
you recall,
to
on that
bring
Tuesday with your
upon us
staff.
great plagues such
But
as never
the good
happened
news
under the
is,
whole
in
earth.
every
This is that
single
fire.
instance, not
This is
only
that
myself,
retirement.
Dr.
This is when you're
Weaver,
being
all of
really
the other people, the
tried
Department of
and the
Health, the
darkest of
governor's
times,
staff,
recessions,
and
okay?
Governor, we can
This
all
we're in
say
hell,
we were
okay?
socially distanced. We were
We're bred
greater
for
than
this.
that 6 feet in most
And as it
instances,
came
and
to
in
pass in
addition to
Jerusalem
that, we
according
were
to the
all
things that
masked.
that were written in the
As
law
you
of
know, out of an
Moses,
abundance
that
of
a man
caution,
should eat the
everyone
flesh
got
of his own
tested,
son
everyone's
and the
tested
flesh of
negative,
his
and
own
to my
daughter.
knowledge, there have been
Moreover, he had
no
delivered them
individuals that
to be
had
in
developed
subjection to all
symptoms
the
since this
kingdoms that were
time.
round about us.
I did have a
That's how
dental
we
appointment.
became
I had to
scattered,
call my dentist and tell
to
him, but
be
the
as
good
a
news there
reproach and
was that
desolation
I had
among all the
minimal
people round
exposure,
about where the Lord had
mask
scattered them.
myself and the front
Thus we
desk
were
people,
cast down,
and then the dental
Psalms
office
40
was
and
all
12, and not
wearing N95
exalted,
masks. So even
because
though
we
I
have
was
sinned
with the
against the
dental
Lord our
hygienist longer
God,
than that
and have
15
not been
minutes,
obedient
she's not
unto his
considered a
voice.
close contact.
Contact. See, that's what she just said.
My
That's
family
what
that
I
saw on
had that
Sunday
night. Matthew
afternoon,
25
for
verse
family
6.
dinner,
He caused me
out
to
of an
hear his
abundance of
voice and
caution, they got
wisdom.
tested,
He gave me his
and
wisdom.
they were negative. They
You know?
did quarantine basically
So,
at home, try to make sure that they didn't develop any symptoms or problems.
to the Lord our
and they
God
fortunately
pertaineth
have all,
righteousness, but unto us
not
and to our
developed any
fathers open
symptoms.
shame, as
And
appeareth this day.
lastly, I just
My
want to say for
poverty,
those
you
individuals
know,
who have said that my
my
illness is a perfect
my
example of
illness
why
is a
masking and
perfect
social
example of
distancing
that.
doesn't work, I really
Philippians
need you to
2,
think again.
I was nigh unto
Because
death
the
if you
only
go all the
way
way
I
down.
got infected was when I let
So if
my
you look
guard
at it,
down, which I have done since the beginning of this
they're
pandemic,
live,
in
okay?
my
And if
social
that's just
bubble, which is
that's a
my
calculation,
family,
okay? The
and that's when I
144K.
got infected.
We're
And so I think
we're about to take the show, okay?
with
With the
all my
Most High,
exposure at work for these past
okay?
8 months,
Exposure.
and even in that 48 hours before I got
For
sick,
we have,
that social
listen to
distancing
this.
and wearing my mask did make a difference.
Whereover
So
the
thanks,
Lord
Governor, for
watched
the
over
opportunity to
us
share
for
this. I'll
evil,
be back next
and the
week.
Lord hath brought it
No, you
upon
will.
us. For the Lord is
And we look
righteous in
forward to
all his
seeing
works
when
which
you
he
are fully
hath
recovered
commanded us. Yet we have
and
not
your doctor
hearkened
clears
unto
you
his
to come
voice
back.
to walk in the commandments
Absolutely.
of the Lord
Thank you for
that he set before
joining
us.
today.
You know, those stones
And
written
with
in his
that,
own
we
finger.
will go up to Elkhart County to
Like,
the
this is a
Director
joke
of
to them.
Indiana's Homeland Security. Steve Cox, are you with us?
These are the Elkhart. That's where I'm from. That's where they try to buy my soul at a bar.
Thumbs up that you're with us.
And the sign of it was is SSS, Stake Spirit Sports, which is side. Those are the Templars. I connected the dots, the Spirit. See, connected. Got chills from it.
Well, thank you very much for having me on the
But the
call.
Most High,
As you all know, the state of
when your ways please the Most High, you can't be moved, okay?
And so we're working currently with the
O Lord our God, we have sinned and have done ungodly. We have dealt unrighteously in all thy ordinances, you know.
Provide education and support to
Listen to this one though. And now, O Lord God of Israel, thou hast brought thy people out of the land of Egypt with a mighty hand and high arm, with signs and wonders, plagues, corona, you know, and with great power, and has gotten thyself a name as appeareth this day.
Support that they're asking for.
Let thy wrath turn from us, for we are but a few left among the heathen, where thou hast scattered us. You know, hear our prayers, O Lord, and our petitions, and deliver us for thy own sake, and give us favor in the sight of them which have led us away. Okay, and that's what's happening. That sign of exemption, okay, a sign. And this is all happening by the Spirit as me reading this to you right now. I can't remember all these scriptures, y'all. It's just the Spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profit little. I love that one.
That we're talking about today with locals.
Hear our prayers, you know.
Our office has coordinated with them to provide staff and policy support in response to long-term care
that
facility
the earth may know that thou art the Lord our God. Revelation 7 and 4. You know, the seal of our God, of our servants, the servants of our God. Because Israel is his prosperity,
Elkhart City Fire Department for an additional meeting with
and
the
his
Elkhart
prosperity
Fire
is
Department
called by thy name. O Lord, look down from thy holy house, and consider us. Bow down thy ear, O Lord, YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, to hear us, BaBakashah, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, Amen. Open their eyes and behold, for the dead that are in the graves, whose souls are taken from their bodies, will give unto the Lord neither praise nor righteousness, because there's no praise in the grave, you know.
Good afternoon, Eric.
But the soul that is greatly vexed, which goeth stooping and feeble, and the eyes that fail,
to do better.
Psalms 40
Couple of
and 12.
questions. I wonder if you could clarify
Isaiah
what
44.
the Healthcare Reserve Task
He
Force
had
is
no
going
water
to be doing.
and
If I'm following you correctly, they're not
thirsty.
going to be
He
staffing
fell
the
it.
facilities.
His
So
soul
how
faileth him.
exactly are they going to be assisting?
And the hungry soul
And
will
secondly,
give thee praise and righteousness,
we
O
were still on
Yahawah,
stage
O
5.
Lord.
There's been some criticism amid
Therefore,
the campaign. I wanted to ask you about one point that
we do
your
not make
opponent has
our
made,
humble
arguing
supplication
that
before
people
thee,
are
O Lord our God, for the righteousness of our fathers
stages, and we're
and
at
of
the
our
fifth one.
kings,
They assume
for
that
thou
the
hast sent
restrictions
out
are
thy
gone.
wrath and
How
indignation
does
upon
one
us, as thou hast
address
spoken by
that
the servants
and
the
make it clear
prophets.
that
And we know
that
that
people still need to
scriptures,
take
it
precautions, or do we need to
it
go
didn't
back
come
to
by
stage
man's
4
will,
or
but by
4.5
holy
to
men
accomplish?
moved by the Most High,
Yeah,
by the
I'll
will of
take
the
the
Most High.
second question.
His
You
prophets,
look
he
like you were
spake
taking some notes on the first
by
question.
the mouth of his holy
Well, go
prophets
ahead,
before
and
the
you can take
world
the first
began.
one, and then I'll
Okay,
the
it's another
camera's
big
on
one.
you, so we'll.
Okay, so
Um,
the health, you're right.
Thus saith the Lord. Look, they out here playing, laughing and giggling.
Reserve. It has
This
been
is
active since we implemented it in the spring.
wait until it
It
comes
has
for
always
you.
been
You
available.
know, that's
We've
just
been
how
in
it
constant
be.
communication, actually, with the people
When
that
people
signed up
start
to be in the
coughing
healthcare
and
workforce
they're looking
reserve.
at you different.
And
Thus
it's been
saith the
available
Lord, bow
for
down your
long-term care
shoulders to serve the
facilities
king
or
of Babylon,
hospitals who
so ye
needed
shall remain
support
in the
for
land that I
staffing.
give unto your
And they're able
fathers.
to go
But if you will
online
not
on
hear
the
the voice of the Lord to
coronavirus.in.gov
serve the king of
website and then
Babylon,
actually request exactly what kind of
this is
healthcare
I
provider
will
they need,
cause to
whether it
cease
be
out of
nurse, respiratory
the cities of
therapist,
Judah,
or
and from
physician.
without
So
Jerusalem the voice of
we have
mirth,
not
and the
had
voice
many
of
requests,
joy,
as I
the voice of
mentioned,
the
for the past
bridegroom, and the
couple of
voice of the
months. I think as
bride,
things were getting
and the
better,
whole
but
land
we
shall be
have had
desolate
several
of
requests, 11
inhabitants.
just this week,
Okay?
to assist in long-term care facilities. So what we do
But
is
we
we'll
would
reach
not
out to the
hearken
people on
unto
the
thy
healthcare
voice to serve the
workforce
king of
reserve
Babylon.
and
Therefore
ask
hast
them
thou
who is
made
available, who is in this
good the
area,
words that thou
willing to go
spakest
actually
of
help
thy
out,
servants
provide
the prophets,
staffing,
namely,
and
that the
to
bones
be
of our
hired,
kings
whether
and
it
the
be
bones of our
temporarily
fathers should
or
be taken out of
long-term
their
at the
place.
facilities. In addition to that, the Indiana Department of Health is also looking
And
to
lo,
the
they are
healthcare
cast in the heart of the
workforce
day,
reserve
the heat of the
and
day,
to hire some
and in
of
the frost
them
of the
in
night,
helping
and they
us go
died in
out to
great
make sure that we are
miseries
touching
by
base in all
famine, by
these
sword,
facilities
and by
up to 3 times
pestilence.
a week. So that's
And
our
the
plan.
house
We want
which
to
is
be
called by
everywhere
thy
3 times
name
a week,
hast thou laid
maybe
waste,
more.
and
So
it
we're going
is
to utilize
to
the
seen,
nurses and
it
the
is to
other
be
staff
seen
on
this
there
day
to
for
help support
the
that.
wickedness of the house
We're
of
gonna
Israel
flood the
and the
zone,
house of Judah, for
Eric.
not listening to the
Well, let me
Lord's
just say,
voice, his
in
Lord,
terms of
and
your
his
second
statutes and
question,
commandments, and the Lord our
Stage
God.
5 has got
Thou hast
zero,
dealt with us
nothing to
after
do with any
all thy
campaign.
goodness and
This
according
has
to
got
all
to
thy
do with
great mercy
safely
of
getting back
thine,
to school,
as thou
getting our
spakest by
economy fully
thy servant Moses in the
open
day
to the
when thou
extent that
didst
it can
command
be
him to write the
safely, and
law
that's
before the
happening
children
all
of
over
Israel,
the state of
saying,
Indiana. This
If you will
Stage
not
5
hear
is
my
not
voice, surely
dependent
this
on a website.
very great multitude
That
shall be
is a
turned into a small
repository
number. You know,
of
the
where we
2/3 is
are,
about to be
but we
taken,
are
all right?
constantly
And that
day
1/3,
in
that
and day
few
out working
among the
with
nations
local health
where I
departments,
scattered them.
working with schools, working with businesses,
And this very great multitude
working
shall
with
be
local
turned into a
leadership,
small number
mayors,
among the
commissioners,
nations
all
where I
this is
scattered them.
we're
For I
all
knew
in
that they would
this
not hear
together.
me, because
It's
it is
not
a
wait for
stiff-necked
something to be
people. But in the land of their
review something on a
captivities,
website.
they
This
shall
is
remember themselves. Okay?
promoting best practices.
And
Now,
Romans 15 and 12, if you read on
we'll
down,
highlight
to
stage
whom he wasn't
5
spoken of, they
in
shall
your
see,
question. And I just
you
would
know,
like to
they
kind
shall
of
see his
rewind the
names,
tape a
you know,
little
and
bit
understand
about
the
what Dr.
scriptures.
Weaver said,
And they shall praise me in the
almost
land of their
passing about, we know
captivity
a
and think
lot
upon my
more
name.
now than
This
we
is
did
this
at
is
the
why I
very
say
outset.
Jeremiah 23 and 13
We
is so
also, in addition
powerful.
to that, that was a
And
it's still
just
a
this
new
whole
virus
video, okay?
to the world, but
And
it's
I will
not
make an
novel.
everlasting
It was
covenant with
really
them
novel
to be their
when
God,
it
and they
all
shall be my
washed upon
people.
our
And I will no
shore,
more
and we
drive
all
my
had
people of
to,
Israel out of the land that I have
basically
given
start from
them.
zero
That's what's
on a
about to be
flu
happening.
playbook.
So with this strong hand, he's
address
waking his
this
people up,
virus, which
you know,
was on a
because when you
scale
got death
of,
knocking on the
the
door,
last one being in
you
1918.
gotta understand
And so,
who's
what's different
that
about
for?
now and where we
You know,
were
it's a
in
sign of
March?
salvation,
Number one, our
or
PPE
you know, damnation.
inventory, sure that our healthcare system
He just said
wasn't
everybody under the
overwhelmed
sun.
by the initial wave.
You know, just
And so
look.
our PPE inventory,
Wisdom of Solomon
as you just said,
16:6.
sending
But
$2
they were
billion
troubled
out
for a
to our
small season,
535
that they may might be Amish having a sign of salvation to put them in remembrance of the commandment of thy law. This coronavirus it's been happening. This is the great slaughter, you know, when the towers fall. The Twin Towers. People don't know, but that's actually in the scriptures. I had a dream about it.
Stage 5, where we currently reside.
It's a great slaughter.
We know how to fight
9/11.
back to what Dr. Weaver said.
So
We know a lot
not
more
only
about this.
9/11,
We know
but
how to fight that.
Hiroshima.
We know we can control what we can control. And that has to do with distancing. That has to do with masking up.
You
that
hear
has
them?
to
What
do
they
with
could
good
control.
hygiene. all those best practices.
They
So
can
we
control
know
your
in
work,
stage
they can
5.
control your
And by
housing,
the way,
but
we
your
have
spirit.
perfect works. Look at our schools. And so, you know, do you want us not to
And
be
there
back
should be
in school?
upon
Do you
every
wanna
high
go
mountain
back?
and
Because
upon
we're
every high
proving,
hill,
as
rivers and
our
streams of
other
waters
states,
in the day
that this is not
in the
originating
day
in
of
our schools.
the
Why?
great
Because they
slaughter,
are
when the towers
enforcing
fall,
best
9/11.
practices. A couple more reasons why. We
We'll go to
have
9/11 real
testing
quick.
and tracing
So there's a mark on my
capability that
forehead,
we
and it was
did not
commanded them that
have
they should
on
not
day
hurt the
1
grass of the earth,
or
neither any
10.
green thing,
We
neither
were
any
doing a
tree,
March
but only those
21st,
men
the date that I
which
think
have
that,
not the seal of the
we
Most
went to
High
the
in their
hunker down
foreheads.
posture and
And
position. We were doing about, well, I
9/11,
think we reported
9/11,
1,500
September
tests
11th,
being done
and they had a
that day.
king over them, which
Now
was
we're
the
doing
angel of the bottomless pit,
15,000
whose name
or
in the Hebrew
20 or
tongue is
25
Abaddon,
or
but in the Greek
35,000
tongue
a
had his name,
day.
and that's
And
Satan.
so
That's Satan,
those
man. Because
tests help
Satan's
us
got many
then
names, y'all.
trace
You gotta
and
understand
figure
that.
out where the
That's how you
critically
know it's
important,
Satan,
no matter
because
what state you're in, that there is
behold,
the state and the
I seen
local
Satan
partnership,
as
and
a
those resources
star
are
falling from
combined.
heaven.
Feet
And that's
on
what
the
I
ground,
seen.
and that's why we're
And the
doing all we can to
144,000
continue
we
to
seen what
assist
his son seen
and
and
take
heard the things
something
he heard.
off the plate so that
Matthew
in our
24 and
long-term care
24.
centers, like we talked
You
about
know,
today as an
that's the
example,
thing. This is so heavy. I
those
seen, I
staff
beheld
members in those
Satan's
facilities
fallen,
like I said, do what they do
Lucifer, or
best. So,
Satan's falling from a
stage
star from
5,
heaven.
we're
He's
proving
cast out,
whether
you know,
it's
he's cast out of
making
heaven.
cars or
Remember the
going to a
fight with
Colts game
Michael,
or going to
okay?
school,
But look,
there are safe ways to be in stage 5, and we're proving that
he's
all
the
over the state
jailer,
of Indiana.
okay? Key, you know, the jailer.
WFIU.
Like
Yeah,
Job,
Brock.
the Most High said, save his life, you know? You gotta understand, the Most High has, I mean, Satan can't just go ahead and do something. If you are the Most High's, you are the Most High's, okay? When they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. And that's that. You know, that 666, you know, the mark of the beast, that's that beast, okay?
Look, we're not,
The
we're not,
beast,
Brock, we're not
okay?
living in a police state.
666.
And
That's just live, y'all.
our liberties
Call halal YAHAWAH by Hashem YAHAWASHI by Hashem
protected. And I
Rakakadash.
also mentioned that they
You know, that's a
shouldn't
powerful
infringe
powerful
or
video
harm
here.
someone
Listen
else.
to it.
So